So there you are, Dave. Sat on your box, feeding your pellets. The new MAP Catapult in hand. $11.99. The big sell on this, the big unique feature, the USP shall we say, is the fact that the elastic runs all the way through the frame. So it's almost like one continuous loop of elastic. And the theory there is that it doesn't twist. So when you fire it out, you don't get any problems with it twisting up. Now, I must say, that is a problem I've encountered in the past, a bit of twist. Have you?
Yeah, more so with bigger catapults, ground bait catapults, things like that. But yeah, it is definitely a thing. I feel like straight away I have to point out though, Tom, that this isn't a new idea, is it?
Is it not?
No.
Who's done
I
this
can tell
before?
you there was, this is me showing my age now,
Yeah.
but I reckon at least 30 years ago, right, there was a company brought a catapult out and it was called Ready Cat.
Right.
And it was red, right?
That's a pun. Worked on many levels.
Yeah, right. But it was more, that was a perfect half semicircle, right? And the elastic passed right through, and it was the same thing. So that idea has been done before. Now, what I will add is that was a closed off section. This has got, you can see through there.
Yeah.
So it's got air. The problem with that is if that's a closed space, water gets in it, it rots the elastic. So straight away, that's a much better idea.
Does
But
light not perish elastic though? Direct light.
probably, yeah. Listen, don't get me started on catapults, Tom, because over the years I've just had a nightmare. I just hate the fact that so many catapults you buy let you down. And
I remember we discussed this on a previous episode.
Yeah,
you once wrote a strongly worded letter, my friend, didn't you,
don't
to
get me
Peter Drennan?
started.
You did, didn't you?
Don't get me started. It's just,
Enraged of Hereford,
I just think
contacted Peter himself, didn't he?
it's the one product where everybody seems like perfectly okay to go, oh, it's rotten, it's broken, the elastic's broken after the fifth time of using it or something like that, and we just seem to accept it and go, oh, I'll buy another one. Is that on or is that a liner?
I'm not
And
sure.
it does infuriate me, but listen, that's another subject.
Well,
So
it'll please you to know then, before we go any further, that spare elastic and pouches are available for that model.
yeah, well, I hope I don't need them after the second use or whatever. But no, listen, I'm just saying it's not a new idea. It's not revolutionary. However, like I say, I like that air. You can see what's going on there. There's no tangle, and it doesn't tangle. It doesn't twist. So that's job done.
You've had a few issues though. Let's tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Right. What have I had issues with?
It coming off the pouch.
Yeah. So basically, the old pin and the inner part of the elastic where it pins up inside. So I've been pinging elastic. Occasionally the wind gets up and I pull it that little bit harder, and it's been coming off there. So I don't want to. I'm not being destructive for the sake of it, but I just want to sort of show you how that comes. So ready? There you go. So, okay.
Yeah.
So that, but don't get me wrong, that would happen with any catapult. But,
No, it wouldn't. I don't think it would.
Well, it happened quite early on with this one.
Yeah. Look, I've had the Matrix catapults for months now. And you know how much I like catapulting bait. I've had one break on me.
Yeah. Listen, that was me. I pulled that until that came off.
That's happened twice
But
up to now.
It
today.
surprised us. It happened quite early on.
Yeah, twice.
Thing. Now, so all right, that's one thing. And I've had that with other catapults. So and what you have to do is you realise that you can't pull it that hard. So you've got to you adjust your catapult. But it does take out the option then of when the wind does get up. I'm too scared to pull it too far back.
And that's not how you want to use a catapult. You want to be able to max it out if you want to.
Well, if you go back to like international fishing, and not an area I excel at anything, but if you take back I remember reading stuff that Will Raisin did stuff about their ground bait catapults.
Yeah.
And they would have their elastic set at a certain length.
Yeah,
and
so you can max it out.
And they'd bottom, when you bottom an elastic out, you get accuracy because you're going to the same point
Distance.
every time. So the idea that pulling an elastic hard is wrong is wrong.
It's wrong.
So yeah, that's just my thing. So that's the first thing, that sort of thing. But however, I would say grouping seems quite good. It seems to be quite accurate. That's all good. I don't like mesh pouches either, in the sense of this plastic mesh.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, the problem I had with Drennan catapults is I was such a fan of Drennan catapults, and they used to do the soft mesh, the fabric mesh.
Yeah.
And they were brilliant. I love them. And they changed them to this nylon-y mesh. And I find over a period of time this stretches out. Now, I'm hoping that MAP have sorted that, and this doesn't happen with these. But certainly with the ones I used and the Drennan ones, I didn't like it. I just like a softness in a pouch.
Yeah, yeah.
I feel like I've got a lot to say about catapults, Tom. I don't like it.
It's something we use every week, every time we go fishing, multiple times, you know, and I'm totally with you on it, mate. It's what I want you to do now, though, is just do me a little experiment, right? With that catapult, fire some bait in 10 times, and let's see. That's once. I'm looking for twist. I'm looking to test their theory whether it doesn't never twist. It hasn't twisted. 2.
Now, I don't know, you got me in your natural modes, so obviously there is something, because when I finish, right, when I've gone through my action, when I grab the pouch, I put my finger into the middle without thinking about it to straighten it out.
Yeah.
I don't need to, but it does show that with other catapults, that's what we do.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've got another catapult there, so in a minute we'll have a
So if you
little...
imagine, my normal action is I fire it out,
4,
put my hand into
twist.
the middle of the elastic so it straightens out,
Yeah.
and then you're ready to go. So let's see.
But it hasn't actually twisted, even though...
No, it's not. Even though I'm doing that, it's not twisted.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it is exactly. But that's a positive for it, Tom. Is what I'm saying. With any other catapult, I'd be doing that, going through the middle so as it straightens out.
Yeah, 6. 6. 7.
I feel like I'm overfeeding the peg now, Tom.
8. 9. Sound. So you fire that in 10 times, and to be fair, there is no twist, is there?
No, not at all.
All right, good.
So it does exactly what it says on the tin.
It does. Here you are, little matrix badger. Let's see if we get any twist. 10 fires. 1, nope. 2, nope. 3, nope. 4, nope. 5, nope. 6, no, nearly, but not quite. 7, nope. 8, nope.
That's not, is it?
9, nope. 10. Oh yeah, 1. You got 1. To be fair, that did, you just straightened it out, but that did twist round, didn't it?
So there you go.
Well, fair enough. Listen, if it saves you that, and we both know it does happen, don't we?
No, absolutely. I've got no problem at all. One other slight thing that I have. As you know, like when you're, say you're pole fishing shallow, that's very much about routine, regularity, everything the same. You know, it's like your pellets, you want them uniform size, things like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, things go in different directions. We're saying about the length of catapult and things like that. Now, if I'm just sat pole fishing across my lap, right?
Yeah.
What I've noticed is with this is, well, bear in mind you're not pulling that right back in that instance. You're just giving it a little flick like that.
Yeah.
What I've noticed is obviously this is obviously transferring.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you imagine, whereas normal, if you're just sat there with a normal catapult, you're pole fishing, so you've got your pole trapped under your knee, dropping bait into the thing, picking up the thing, and away you go. If that's not exactly the same every time, if you're having to, so a couple of times I've had to sort of just adjust to just make sure it's straight before I fire. Whereas, as you know, with anything like that which requires accuracy, you just want to be doing the same mode every time. Just
surely that sort of self-regulates, though, doesn't it? So, for example, if I grab that, by the very fact that I'm pushing that away from me, it's even, isn't it? As soon as you put any pressure on that, that's evened out.
But what I'm saying is if you're at short pole range, you're not actually pulling it back that hard. You're literally So like I'd be like pulling it to there, like. So that hasn't straightened itself out there. I'd have to pull it to there to straighten, and then I'm pulling it back too far.
I understand.
So I'm just it's a minor thing.
So they do a lighter one. Maybe that'd be that's a medium one. Maybe the lighter one.
I can feel.
Yeah,
a couple of times
sense.
when I've gone to fire, I can feel a difference in the thing, and I'm like, well, I'm not happy with that. I've got to just adjust that.
But if you can't max the bloody thing out because the thing will come off, then you're in between a rock and a hard place. You've got to pull it back, but not too far back.
Listen, it's a good bit of kit, obviously. Time will tell on the elastic on how long that lasts. It'll be very much Marmite is the right word, but it's I don't know.
I like the concept. I think it's great. I mean, at the end of the day, fair play to MAP. They've come up with something. I know you've obviously talked about the one from the 1800s that was like this when you were a lad.
Ready cat from the 1990s, Tom. All right. Okay.
It's a newish concept anyway, or
No, it's not. It's not. I'm not having it. You're not having it.
it's a repurposed concept. It's a good idea.
It's a good idea.
I'd like to see it with that solve. I mean, that shouldn't be happening. Were you pulling that back and that coming off? Should
Yeah,
not
I
be
mean, that
happening.
should just be like something to do with the bore of the elastic, or maybe the pins that go inside the elastic. There are ways to, I'm sure there's ways to sort that.
Yeah.
You know, but
I also believe firmly that a flat bottom pouch is better for grouping. Firmly believe that. So to me, it's great to see they've done this new concept. We just proved it doesn't twist. That is a problem. I have a Matrix catapult to twist. But I'd like to see a flat pouch, and B, they're going to have to sort that out because you can't have it coming off when you're firing baiting regularly. So nice idea. Poor execution. Is that too harsh?
possibly, yeah, that's about right. And the other problem that now needs sorting is I've just put 20 pouchfuls of pellets out there. What are you going to do about that? Because I ain't getting any bites here. So.
Let's go on pole.
No, that's not a bad shape.